Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Learning and Sharing. Today we will discuss about one of the topic of regional geography. As you all know, in regional geography you have been learning about the different regions of the world. In that regions, Pakistan is one of them because Pakistan is a part of South Asia. So the student, they have been learning about the geography of Pakistan. In geography of Pakistan, we have different political units of Pakistan, and one of them is the Sindh province. So in today's video, we will discuss about the Sindh province. So आज के वीडियो में हम एक रीजनल ज्योग्राफी का टॉपिक है सिंध प्रोविंस, उसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे. We will learn about or we will discuss about the different aspects of Sindh, not only the smaller or little historical background, but at the same time we will discuss the physiographic division or identification of the Sindh, and at the same time we also discuss the climate of Sindh, some cultural traits of the Sindh such as the population, settlement. We also look at the economic progress or development of the Sindh and what is the current situation of the Sindh. So let's start about the Sindh. So you have to keep in mind that this is the initial video. ये एक शुरुआती वीडियो है. In the future we will discuss about the different aspects of the Sindh. ये मैंने जितनी चीज़ें आपको बताई है, जैसे क्लाइमेट है, फिजियोग्राफी है, या एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव यूनिट्स हैं, या सेटलमेंट है, पावर रिसोर्सेज हैं, या मिनरल रिसोर्सेज हैं, ये सारे के सारे हम आगे जाके इन फ्यूचर वीडियो विल डिस्कस इन दैट. तो उनको वन बाय वन में जो है ना कवर करता जाऊंगा. तो आज मैं आपको सिर्फ क्विक ओवरव्यू दूंगा, सिंध के बारे में थोड़ी थोड़ी चीजें बताएंगे. In detail we will discuss in the future. So let's start the video. Now Sindh province is the part of Pakistan. It joined Pakistan immediately after 1947 when Pakistan got separation, got independence from United India. तो सिंध जो है ना वो पाकिस्तान का हिस्सा बना. After then it has been a part of Pakistan. उसके बाद ये आज तक पाकिस्तान का हिस्सा है. Now the story is very interesting. शुरू में when Pakistan got separation, it restored all the provinces as a political units. But immediately after 1956, the one unit was imposed. What happens in one unit? The identification of provinces was dissolved and they were merged in one unit. यानी कि जो पाकिस्तान का जो पूरा हिस्सा था उसको दो हिस्सों में डिवाइड किया गया. वन वाज द वेस्टर्न पाकिस्तान, अनदर वाज द ईस्टर्न पाकिस्तान. तो जो ईस्टर्न पाकिस्तान है, इट वाज कंप्राइज ऑन करंट बांग्लादेश. तो वो बंगाल का जो हिस्सा था वो ईस्टर्न पाकिस्तान था. जो वेस्टर्न पाकिस्तान है, जो आज का मौजूदा पाकिस्तान जिसमें चारों सूबे हैं, वो वेस्टर्न पाकिस्तान का. तो दैट वन यूनिट वेंट अप टू द 1970. तो वो जो सिंध की जो एक खास जो पॉलिटिकल हैसियत थी उसको मर्ज करके वन यूनिट के बेसिस पे उसको ख़त्म करके वेस्टर्न पाकिस्तान कहा गया. मगर इन 1970 आफ्टर द फॉल ऑफ ढाका, जब the Bangladesh separated from Pakistan, तो पाकिस्तान में जो वेस्टर्न पार्ट था पाकिस्तान, जो वेस्ट पाकिस्तान था, उसको जो वन यूनिट था उसको अगेन एबोर्गेटेड और डिसॉल्व, और पाकिस्तान में जो पुराने सूबे थे उनकी आइडेंटिफिकेशन बहाल की गई. सो 1970 के बाद सिंध अगेन गॉट इज अ पॉलिटिकल आइडेंटिफिकेशन एज अ प्रोविंस ऑफ पाकिस्तान. द न्यू इलेक्शंस वर कंडक्टेड and the new assemblies were emerged. In 1973 a new constitution was made in Pakistan, and the Pakistan had a bicameral identification. So Sindh is the third largest province of Pakistan in terms of area after Balochistan and Punjab. It has a territory of 1,14,000 something square kilometer, and as I told you earlier, it is third largest because Balochistan is the biggest of all, then Punjab, then Sindh, then the KPK. In terms of population, Sindh is number 2 after Punjab. So अगर हम एरिया की बात करें सिंध के एरिया के, तो it covers about 17.7% total land portion of Pakistan. Or in terms of population is 27 or 28%. जब हम सिंध को देखेंगे, इफ यू लुक एट द साइज ऑफ सिंध, from north to south, it covers about 540 kilometer. 540 kilometer is the length of the Sindh, and when we talk about the the width of Sindh, it is about average 281 kilometer from the west and east. तो अगर सिंध की साइज की बात की जाए तो नॉर्थ से साउथ सिंध जो है वो 540 किलोमीटर है, और फ्रॉम वेस्ट टू ईस्ट और ईस्ट टू वेस्ट वो 281 किलोमीटर है. नाउ when we look at the history of Sindh, when we see at the origin of the name of the Sindh, कि Sindh का नाम कैसे पड़ा, so it has a quite interesting history, because word Sindh is taken from Sanskrit language. It means Indus, it means a river, Now Indus river, in other words, Mehran, or Sindhu Darya, it has a quite, what you say, so nobody is sure about from where this word came out. Like if you look at the history, people say either the river Indus has an influence because Sindh. So if we look at the history of the name, we can say Indus river is a key here, because if you look at the history of the Sindh, Indus river is always there. So either might be name is taken from the Indus river, which is in other words being called the Sindhu Darya or Mehran river. Some people say the word Sindh has come after the Indus river. Some people say the river Indus is God's name from the Sindh. मगर इसमें एक चीज़ वाज़ेह है कि जो इंडस रिवर है, इट इज़ अ की है, क्योंकि उसका बड़ा इन्फ्लुएंस रहा है. नाउ द इंडस रिवर, एग्जिस्ट ऑफ इंडस रिवर हैज ऑलवेज व्हाट इज से very say it's always been a developed or prosperous stature of the Sindh, क्योंकि इंडस रिवर का जो पानी है वो सिंध के हवाले से हमेशा फायदेमंद रहा है. So this particular region has been known in the world because of the Indus river, because this zone has always been a fertile or green zone. This soil has always support the different types or different varieties of the crops. That's why it is known everywhere in the world, because Sindh, if you look at its history, is one of the oldest civilization of the world, such as Mesopotamia or Chinese civilization or Nile, Egyptian civilization. So Indus civilization is one of them. So we have a traces of Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, so these civilizations give us the Amri give us the traces out that the Sindh is so old region of the world. So in terms of location, Sindh has been existing or been part of South Asia. So if you look at Pakistan, it is at the lower riparian, is the lower Indus plain region of the Pakistan. In terms of absolute relation, Sindh has been existing at 23 to 28 north latitudes, and in terms of longitude, it is 66 to 71 longitudes in the east part of the world. So this is the absolute location on the basis of geographic location. Administratively, Sindh has been divided into 7 divisions and it has 29 districts. So it has, it's a constitution. It's been following the constitution of Pakistan, where general election are being conducted, and the chief minister has been selected. Chief minister is the head of the province, who has all sort of authority to enact the law with the help of assembly. And the same time, there is a governor. Governor is being nominated by the federal government. So, as I told you earlier, we have 7 divisions and the 29 districts. In terms of physiography, Sindh can be divided into 4 major regions or 4 major divisions. So, if you look at the Pakistan physiography, it has similar physiography also. So when we talk about the Sindh, तो Sindh के भी 4 divisions हैं. उसमें क्या है? We have a mountainous region. Mostly it is the west part of the Sindh, the popularly known as the Khirthar Mountains. ये वही सिलसिला है जो नॉर्थ से चला के साउथ की तरफ आ रहा है. So in the north of Pakistan we have a northwest mountainous region which is based on the Himalayas, Hindu Kush and Karakoram. तो वही जो जाबलू सिलसिला है वो नीचे साउथ की तरफ आ रहा है. When you are in KPK in Balochistan we have a Suleiman, and when you are in Sindh we have a Khirthar Mountains. So Khirthar Mountains region is very barren, unfertile and elevated region, यानी कि ऊंचाई वाला हिस्सा है. And कुत्ते जी कबर is the highest place of the Sindh, जो यानी कि it has been at the Khirthar region. In the eastern part of Sindh we have a Thar or barren land, a barren and dry land which doesn't support the plants or doesn't support the vegetation. So this is that region which we call the Thar, और बेस्ड ऑन द सैंड ड्यून्स, जहाँ पे बिल्कुल रेती है. वो खुश्क एक हिस्सा है सिंध का विच इज़ बीइंग कनेक्टेड विद द स्टेट ऑफ इंडिया सच एज दी राजस्थान. वो वही सिलसिला है जो इंडिया में डेजर्ट्स हैं वो राजस्थान होके वो सिंध में भी है. सिमिलर barren land या dry land area also been found in the Punjab, which is called the Thar and Cholistan. So if you are in the Sindh, eastern part of Sindh, we call this the Thar. And Ashro Thar, I'd say White Thar is the popular place here. So this place particularly, doesn't support, as I told earlier, doesn't support the plants. So, यहाँ पे we have a over evapotranspiration, less, vegetation. That's why we have a less population here. In the southern part of Sindh, we have Arabian Sea, or you can say in the same time we have a coastal areas of the Sindh, coastal areas, which is at the the southeast of Sindh. यहाँ पे. So this is the meeting place of the brackish and the fresh water. So mostly, if you look at the the places of or districts of Thatta, Badin, and of the Karachi, this is the coastal area of the Sindh. The middle part of the Sindh is based on the fertile zone or the green zone, which has been developed by the presence of water of Indus River. तो जो बीच का जो हिस्सा है, it is more fertile. It has been called the fruit basket of the Sindh, or main agriculture zone of the Sindh, क्योंकि यहाँ पे पानी मौजूद है. So जो Indus River है and the same time the other tributaries, they support this belt. ये बीच का हिस्सा है. This is called the green belt of the Sindh. Beside the Khirthar mountains, means these are the mountainous areas, we have also some smaller patches where mountain has been found in the Sindh, like you can say the Ganjo Takar, which has been or the Karunjar, which has been Tharpakar, Ganjo Takar in Hyderabad, or some few patches in also been Dadu, or there are some hilly areas in the Sakhar division also, and there are a few hilly areas also been Thatta. So there are a few patches beside the Khirthar where we have a small places where mountains are being found in Pakistan, in the Sindh. But you have to keep in mind the mountains which are being in Sindh, it has limited elevation. They are being reduced elevation. They are not being like so long or the big something like which we have in the north of Pakistan. तो जो सिंध में mountains हैं उनकी जो height है वो बहुत ही कम है. वो इतने बड़े ज़्यादा height वाले नहीं हैं जितने पाकिस्तान के नॉर्थ में. एक और भी फैक्ट है कि अगर पाकिस्तान में आप देखें, अगर इफ यू आर बीन कमिंग फ्रॉम द नॉर्थ टुवर्ड द साउथ, द हाइट ऑफ माउंटेन्स बीन डिक्लाइन आर बीन रिड्यूस्ड. इन टर्म्स ऑफ एज आई टोल्ड यू अर्लियर, the desert area not only particularly has been found in the eastern part of Pakistan, where it's been called Tharpakar district, but there are also few patches in Shikarpur, Jacobabad and Ladkan also, where you can find the desert patches there. Though Sindh has one of the largest river in Pakistan, because this Indus River has got its name because of the Indus River. But at the same time in Sindh, not only the Indus River we have, at the same time we have other rivers like Malir River, Liari River, Hub River. So these are the smaller rivers which are being found in the Sindh. In terms of lakes, we have also different lakes, and they are being existing in different parts of the Sindh. Mostly the Thatta, the famous for the presence of the lake. So like we have a Halaji Lake, we have a Manchur Lake, we have a Kinjar Lake. So these lakes are being different in terms of nature of the water. Some are being salty, some are being fresher one. In terms of climate, Sindh, it's almost similar type of climate as the Pakistan has, because Pakistan not a big country, so Sindh is part of the Pakistan. So this particular place been falling in the subtropical regions of the world, and you all know subtropical regions always been known for the arid and semi-arid climatic condition. तो सिंध जो है ना वो ट्रॉपिकल सब ट्रॉपिकल रीजन्स में आ जाता है, जहाँ पे आपके पास जो है ना एरिड और सेमी एरिड टाइप क्लाइमेट पाया जाता है. अगर हम सिंध की पार्टिकुलर बात करें, कंपेयर करें पाकिस्तान के दूसरे रीजन के साथ, पार्टिकुलरली पंजाब, सिंध इज द ड्राइएस्ट प्लेस ऑफ Pakistan. Sindh is the driest place of Pakistan. Why we are saying that? If you look at the temperature and the rainfall. So these are the bigger are two key components of determine the climate of any regions. In terms of temperature, because Sindh has a less height, because after every 1,000 meter, I'll say, I don't remember the exact figure, but there's certain slope has been downward. So when you are coming from north toward the south, the slope is being reducing. तो यानी कि सिंध की जो हाइट जो है ना वो कम है. It is also impact on the climate of the Sindh, क्योंकि वो जो पंजाब है, पंजाब के इलाके ऊंचाई वाले में और सिंध के इलाके नीचे हैं, and they have a less gradient, so slope there. So climatologically, Sindh is very dry. It doesn't have any part of Sindh where you can find agriculture which has been directly being conducted or being done through the rain feed. यानी कि सिंध में कोई ऐसा इलाका नहीं है सिवाय ईस्टर्न पार्ट वेयर द डेजर्ट, जहाँ पे आपका एग्रीकल्चर है वो डायरेक्टली आप बरसात के पानी पे कर सकें. तो सिंध ड्राई है. वी आर बीइंग टोटली डिपेंडिंग ऑन द रेन, टोटली डिपेंड ऑन द रिवर वाटर और इरिगेटेड वाटर. अगर हम बरसातें की बात करें तो सिमिलरली जो नॉर्थ पार्ट ऑफ पाकिस्तान वेयर वी हैव you can say they are the humid regions of Pakistan. Sindh is the drier one. क्योंकि अगर कंपेयर करें जो लोअर इंडस है वहाँ पे जो बरसात होती है वो तकरीबन 100 to 250 मिलीमीटर पर ईयर एवरेज पड़ती है. और जो अपर इंडस है, जो अपर हिस्सा है, जो ऊपर का हिस्सा है नॉर्थ में, जिसमें आप तकरीबन पंजाब और केपीके आ जाते हैं, वहाँ पे 750 मिलीमीटर जो है ना वो बरसात पड़ती है, मोस्ट प्रोबेबली इन दी मानसून. तो ये तो एक अंदाज़ा. तो आप इससे अंदाज़ा लगाएं कि सिंध जो है ना वो वहाँ पे बहुत कम बारिशें होती है. उसका सबब एक तो वो उसकी जो हाइट है वो कम है, दूसरा the absence of tree cover, absence of vegetative cover. यहाँ पे almost the forests are non-existent, क्योंकि वो जो forest हैं और जो height है they both support in the formation of condensation और cloud formation process. So Sindh almost drier है और यहाँ पे बारिशें भी बहुत कम होती है और temperature भी बहुत ज़्यादा पड़ता है. तो that's why if you look at the temperature, it has summers are very longer and the winters are shorter. यानी जो समर पीरियड है वो तकरीबन 8 से 9 महीने चलता है, और जो सर्दियां हैं, जो विंटर सीजन है वो बहुत ही लिमिटेड है और वो तकरीबन 3 जो है वो मंथ तक चलता है. सो एवरेज टेम्परेचर पार्टिकुलर इन समर सीजन अबाउट 43 to 45 centigrades. This is high number in terms of centigrades. So you can imagine from that the Sindh is drier places of Pakistan. In terms of language, Sindhi is a dominant language. It's been mostly spoken by the majority of population of the Sindh. Then comes the rest of the languages, like we have a Urdu-speaking people, Punjabi-speaking people, then we have a Pashtun, Brahoi, Balochi, and also we have some Bengali people. They are being living in the Sindh. Sindh is a multicultural, multilingual region or the province of Pakistan. So if you compare the Sindh with the rest of the regions of Pakistan, Sindh is a multicultural, but still Sindhi is a dominant languages, and Sindhi, it has a history, it's a very rich history as a language, and Sindhi languages is well developed, and it has also own grammar. So this has also been official languages which is being used not only for the communication but at the same time for in the academic purpose also. Also Sindhi and the Urdu has been going parallelly here, but dialects have been changed with the region. So if you travel from one region or one place to another place in the Sindh, you will see the dialects or pronunciation of Sindhi is being changed. So क्योंकि regions के असरात होते हैं, तो सिंध में जो सिंधी लैंग्वेज है उसके डायलेक्ट्स और प्रोनाउंसिएशन भी चेंज होते हैं. In terms of population, about 95% in terms of religion, or the people who are believing in sort of religion, 95% of people Muslims, rest are the Christian, Jews or Taoism or Shintoism. They have been following this. So 95% people are being Muslim here. So when we talk about the settlement, urban and rural settlement, Sindh has again a very interesting, I'll say, statistic, because in Sindh about 52% people are living in urban areas and 48% are living in rural areas. So again, if you compare the Sindh with the rest of province of Pakistan, Sindh is the highest portion of urbanization. यानी कि सिंध में सबसे ज़्यादा अर्बनाइजेशन है अगर आप उसको कंपेयर करें दूसरे प्रोविंसेस के साथ. नाउ द मेन रीज़न ऑफ अर्बनाइजेशन is the presence of Karachi as a capital city of Pakistan. Now Karachi is again a very interesting history here. Karachi was the capital of Pakistan up to 1962. Then Islamabad, which is the current city of capital city of Pakistan, was planned and it was shifted from Karachi to Islamabad. Now Karachi is the capital city of the Sindh province. So Karachi is a multicultural, multi-ethnical and multi-language lingual city of Pakistan. Why Sindh has the highest ratio of urbanization? It is because of the presence of Karachi. Now Karachi is the industrial zone of Pakistan. It not only a very advanced manufactured zone of the Pakistan, at the same time is also a very developed services sector of Pakistan. तो ज़्यादातर लोग यहाँ पे आते हैं for in the search of the employment, and they are been working in the industry. So that's why Sindh में सबसे ज़्यादा urbanization है. Again, if you talk about the agriculture, about 48% people, they drive their employment from agriculture, or the rural economy is being dependent on the agriculture. यहाँ पे अब अगेन वी हैव अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग फिगर, क्योंकि 48% लोग तो एग्रीकल्चर इकोनॉमी से यानी एग्रीकल्चर पे डायरेक्टली डिपेंडेंट है, एंड 60% पीपल गेट देयर और दे आर बीइंग कनेक्टेड डायरेक्टली या इनडायरेक्टली विद द एग्रीकल्चर. मगर सबसे बड़ा जो इंडस्ट्रियल सेक्टर है या मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर है वो भी सिंध में पाया जाता है. If we look at the agriculture development or progress or the current situation, agriculture, which was the mainstay of province economy, it has been going down with the time, with each passing year. So last decades, the statistics showing that the numbers are not encouraging, because one is the agriculture is not been supporting its rural economy. So agriculture, we have a subsistence agriculture. यहाँ पे हुआ क्या है कि सिंध ज़्यादातर जो डिपेंड करता था एग्रीकल्चर पे, अब वो रूरल इकोनॉमी से कन्वर्ट होके मैन्युफैक्चर और सर्विस इकोनॉमी हो रहा है, क्योंकि जो रूरल इकोनॉमी है जो डिपेंड करती है एग्रीकल्चर पे, वो एग्रीकल्चर टोटली सब्सिस्टेंस हो गया, क्योंकि एग्रीकल्चर के साथ वी हैव अ लॉट्स ऑफ प्रॉब्लम, द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ वाटर, the problems of land holding. आपको पता है कि सिंध में लैंड होल्डिंग के अपने इश्यूज हैं, द वे द लैंड हैज़ बीन डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड among the people, and the same time we have a water shortage issue and also be productivity issue. तो वो जो रूरल इकोनॉमी है वो almost you can say it is been coming at the brink of or been perishing है, ख़त्म होती जाए. तो लोगों को ज़्यादातर जो migration is toward the urban area, toward the urban center such as like Karachi, Hyderabad, Sakkar and the Mirpur Khas. So now the cities are being feeling the pressure of the high population. Or agar aap, if you compare the Sindh with the rest of Pakistan, because I am always giving you a comparison, यहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा नेट माइग्रेशन है कि अगर सिंध में देखें पाकिस्तान दूसरे प्रोविंस के साथ, तो सबसे ज़्यादा लोग जो माइग्रेट करते हैं वो सिंध की तरफ करते हैं, क्योंकि सिंध इज़ ऑलवेज बीन अ वेलकमिंग जोन फॉर द मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल ऑफ पाकिस्तान. एक तो वो एग्रीकल्चर हो गया, दूसरा उसकी इंडस्ट्री हो गई विच इज़ बीन लोकेटेड इन द अर्बन सिटीज़ ऑफ पाकिस्तान, पर्टिकुलरली कराची. सो नेट माइग्रेशन. So if you talk about the per capita income of the Sindh, again Sindh has the lowest per capita income if you compare with the rest of the provinces of Pakistan. Ye Sindh, which was the most prosperous and developed province at the time of independence, with the time it has lost its many many fronts, many fronts, because if you look at agriculture productivity has been gone down. तो उस वजह से जो रूरल इकोनॉमी वो बहुत कम हुई है. इफ़ यू लुक एट दी इंडिकेटर्स, सोशल इंडिकेटर्स ऑफ इकोनॉमी, इन सारी चीज़ों के बावजूद पॉवर्टी, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, इलिटरेसी और रिड्यूस एग्रीकल्चर और एग्रीकल्चर इकोनॉमी, सिंध इज स्टिल बीन कंट्रीब्यूटिंग द मोस्ट इन टर्म्स ऑफ GDP. तो अभी भी सिंध की कंट्रीब्यूशन सब प्रोविंसेस से ज़्यादा है, क्योंकि इफ़ यू कंपेयर द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ द सिंध एंड द कंट्रीब्यूशन टू द इकोनॉमी, इट्स स्टिल इज़ बीन हायर. तो सिंध अभी भी जो उसकी कंट्रीब्यूशन GDP में या नेशनल GDP में सबसे ज़्यादा है, मगर विद द टाइम इट्स लूजिंग इज़ मैनी सोशल फ्रंट्स. तो अगर आप उसकी इकोनॉमिक फ्रंट्स पे देखें तो वो उसकी जो इकोनॉमिक प्रोग्रेस है वो कम होती है. लुक एट द पर कैपिटा इनकम ऑफ द सिंध, इट इज़ एट द मोमेंट in the year 2015 indicates that it is 2.5%. So 2.5% is the what is say shorter, is lesser than the other province of Pakistan. In KPK we have 3.3%, while Punjab is 2.8%. So इस front में Sindh वो कम होता जा रहा है. So it was all about the the overview of the Sindh. So in coming videos we'll talk about these all things in detail. I will have a different separate lecture on agriculture, on the climate or economic development and water resources and the settlement of the Sindh. So keep watching my videos, and if you like my videos, please subscribe. Also share my videos with your friends so you have a very quick notification of my coming videos.